Good morning, everybody. Come with me to make my husband and my son breakfast burritos this morning using ingredients from my garden and the eggs from our hens. So I'm excited. So in my bowl, I already have the 4 eggs from our hens, which is amazing. And I have it mostly seasoned with some salt and pepper. But I love this. It's the Southwest Chipotle seasoning from Mrs. Dash. Oh my goodness. If you want to spice up or zhuzh up your scrambled eggs or your eggs in general, that stuff is amazing. And this is my absolute favorite seasoning ever, is nature seasoning. And I put a little bit of that in with our eggs as well, and I'm going to get those whisked up. But I want to show you guys what I picked from the garden and chopped up, and I'm going to saute that really quick, so bear with me. So this bell pepper, it's small, but it came from my garden, and so did this onion. It's small, but it came from my garden, and I'm so excited. These are some shishito peppers that came from my garden. These all came from my garden, and that came from my garden. So I'm really excited. I'm going to make some pasta sauce with it and use the poblano pepper to spice it up a little. It's going to be really good. But I've got my, I don't know why my phone is glitching so bad, but I've got my skillet heating up, and I'm going to add a little bit of oil and butter to it, and I am going to get these all sauteed up before I mix them in with the eggs. And if y'all are anything like me, I love using brown butter. I like to caramelize the butter a little bit, and it just gives everything more of a deeper, nuttier flavor, and it's just amazing. So I'm going to go ahead and throw these in. And even though it sounds like it's really high, I've only got it on 4. So oh, I made a mess with that one. I was trying to show off, and that's what I get for trying to show off. Anywho, I've got this on 4, and it's still really hot. This is why I would love to have a gas stovetop, because it is so much easier to control. The heat is easier to control than these electric ones. I detest it. So eventually I'm going to replace this, and I'm hoping that we're set up for gas here. We should be, because my house was built in 1971. So I'm hoping that we can get rid of this thing and actually get an old gas oven and stove. So I'm going to go ahead and let those cook down a little bit and soften up. My husband doesn't like crunchy texture with vegetables, so he likes them soft. So does my son. So I'm going to let these cook down, and I've already scrambled the eggs, and I mean, look how vibrant that is. There's just nothing better than having farm fresh eggs, because you know that they're not bleached, and you know that your chickens are healthy, and the yolks are so much creamier, and they're darker and thicker. And I'm just telling you, if you've never had farm fresh eggs before, they're amazing. And I don't know why there's such a stigma against brown eggs. Brown eggs are phenomenal. When I was growing up, there was such a huge stigma against brown eggs. I never understood, like, whenever I was, getting older, and I was raising my family when they were younger, I stayed away from the brown eggs because I was told that brown eggs were not as good, or something was wrong with them. There was just such a bad stigma with them, and I now see that that was just so funny. And such a weird thing against brown eggs. But now, if I ever do have to go get eggs, that's all I purchase are brown eggs. But anyway, so these have softened up quite a bit, and I am going to go ahead and get everything else ready for this, and we're going to get the burritos started. So now I'm going to add in the bacon bits. I know a lot of people are going to be like, why don't you just use bacon? Well, because honestly right now I am too tired. I did a whole big old meal last night, made everything from scratch. So Mama is going to take shortcuts this morning. Doesn't matter though, because they're still going to eat it and they're still going to love it. So yeah, I'm going to let that cook up just a few minutes, and then I'm going to add my eggs, and then we'll go from there. Bear with me, y'all. I'm still learning about angles and all that stuff. So in goes our eggs. And give them a stir really quick. I know everybody should know how to make scrambled eggs, but in case you do not, and you're seeing my channel for the first time, you're going to take your eggs, crack them open in a bowl, and you are going to put a little bit of milk or water or nothing. You can choose to have nothing in to mix it up. And you're going to add your seasonings, and you're going to take a fork or a whisk or a spoon or whatever you have and mix it up until the eggs are completely incorporated together. And then you're going to get yourself a skillet. You're going to heat it up. You're going to put oil in there with some butter. And you're going to pour it in, and you're going to scramble it all up in, scramble it all up in your skillet. That's why it's called scrambled eggs. I am going to grab the cheese really quick, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I like to take the cheese and break it up before the eggs are completely cooked, because then this helps to cook the cheese inside the eggs. And I think that it's so much better than just putting the cheese on top, because then you actually really get cheesy eggs, and they are phenomenal. So I'm going to finish this up, and I'll show you guys when I make the burritos all together. Okay, so I am just quickly warming up the tortillas, and I'm going to go ahead and make my husband I'm going to put his together, but I got to go and get the tater tots really quick. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and fill those up, but I want to know if anybody knows where the term burrito came from. And if not, I can tell you really quick. There was this gentleman that in Mexico would make these tortilla-filled wraps, and he would bring them down on his burro. And so the townspeople would say, oh, look, it's the burrito man. And so that's how the word burrito came about. Okay, here is the breakfast burrito for my husband. I hope he enjoys it, and I hope my son enjoys it too. I hope you guys have a blessed day, and remember that Jesus loves you and God is always there for you. Bye guys, I'll see you in the next video.